Hello and welcome to the next Jojovein showcase. Today we have something special. So if you look at my hand, I have an inert stand arrow. This is a placeholder for the true stand ability in this update, your own stand. So you will be given a menu to choose from close combat stands, long range stands, and enhancement stands. Close combat stands beat up on opponents with melee rushes. Long range stands have wind-up attacks like Hierophant Green, and enhancement stands work like Hermit Purple, where they will augment your attack speed, strength, etc. So you will notice that there are 10 remaining on each. You have 30 slots and 10 to use for each stand type. And today I have the lineup of the Jojovein mods and Pinhead. So welcome everybody. Have you all made your own custom stands?
I believe we have.
Yeah.
I'll show them off. Whoa, look, they're not just normal models. They're AWs, they're skins, they're everything. So you will see that there are enhancement stands that are equipping Armor's Workshop skins when they're summoned. There are just these close combat and range stand types, and you're also allowed to equip items to their main and offhand. When you unlock a new stand, its name will randomize between a list of bands and songs, but you're free to rename it as you like. So now I'm going to use the stand Drip Too Hard. I will enter the stand menu. I will name my stand something. I will go to Edit Looks, and I will sync Armor's Workshops. It will have blue flame particles. I will take off my AW, and now when I go to summon this stand, I summon my drip shirt. So for a stand that's not an enhancement type, the Edit Looks menu will look something like this. You're allowed to enter a skin URL in here. You can Control-V paste it in from any website like minecraftskins.com, Nova Skins, etc. Planet Minecraft skins, you'll have to upload them to Imgur. And just take note that it will apply .png to the end of the skin URL. Play around with this a bit and you'll figure it out. If you want a blank stand, you can look for a blank skin URL. You also get to choose between particles, poses it makes after using an attack, the projectile you want it to shoot, the items you want it to hold, its size, like if I go to 8, and I switch to the stand, you will notice it is very large. I can enter a hex value for its color, and if I have the right amount of digits here, I have switched its hex. This gives it a white aura with A. Alright, for stand stats, we have Destructive Power. This increases the damage we deal. We have Speed. This increases the length of our rushes and the speed of the projectile shot by our sneak attack. And we have Range. This increases the range of our projectiles. Durability is a sort of ranged guard, and it influences the amount of shields your stand has against arrows and ranged stands. And Precision makes your punches, rushes, and sneak ability home depending on its level. You can freely reset your stand stats with the reset button at any time, so you don't have to worry about losing anything by experimenting with different combinations. If I put all in precision and range, you will see that my attacks travel far and they home in. If I put some in speed and destructive power, they are now strong and the rush lasts a long time. This gives you some time to eat. When a stand uses all of its development potential points, it has this little O with an X. This is actually a reference to the manga and how stand stats function. In the case of enhancement stands, such as my Drip Too Hard, you will see that precision does not exactly apply, so you can only allocate it into the other stats. Enhancements stands can have a passive buff set to them so that you have a potion effect while it's out. And for our skills options, this will influence your sneak attack. You can adjust the speed and range. So let's say we want it to travel far but move slowly. We want to have more quantity, more projectiles fired. So with increased range, higher quantity, levitate, magic, and soul reaper blades, our projectile attack will look something like this. If we want to go the other route, have greater aim, lesser quantity, greater speed, lesser range, and something like spin, it will look something like this. And next up we have X skills. X skills can do a whole lot of things. Let's say I want to give my X skill a pull modifier so that it drags things towards me, gets pulled in on touch. However, there are more variations of this. I can use a wave. The wave ability travels like this. Then we have Sky Strike, which works a bit like the World Over Heaven's power. It rains down from the sky, and it follows your cursor a pretty long distance. Then we have the Mine ability, which can plant things down and detonate them. You can also plant it directly on mobs. And we have the Burst ability, which has a little AoE around us, pulling everything in. Of course, it doesn't have to be pull, you can put any of these modifiers on them. One of my favorite combinations is explosive waves. Here's an example of one of those. You can also set to deploy, which will just cause your stand to move to your cursor, and from there you can operate it from a distance. You can also set to healing effects, which will make your ability heal and apply a buff to whatever it hits instead. Finally, we have our special moves and our movement moves. So for movement abilities, we have Leap, Big Leap, Tree, Teleport, Swing, and Flight. For instance, Flight looks like this. It's what Arsene and Rocketman have on them. Big Leap is a big stand jump. Tree is the ability that Gold Experience possesses, which causes the tree to rise from the ground. Teleport is the World Over Heaven's ability. And Swing applies to many Vine type stands. For our special skills, you start off with two moves, Storm and Sanctuary. Storm applies a destructive effect in a large AoE. Sanctuary will summon a little turret of sorts that will constantly apply regeneration and a buff of your choice. You can inherit all of the special moves from every stand once you level them up a bit. So for instance, we have Venom, which is Whitesnake's special ability, leaving the acid puddle. You can also apply the time stop from Star Platinum in the World, 20 meter Emerald Splash, Spiritography, Crossfire Hurricane Special, Silver Chariot's attack combo system in its entirety, Crazy Diamond's new ultimate ability, Grounding, which pretty much immobilizes targets for a brief time. The Vortex ability from the hand, which you spin wildly, sucking things in. Time Rewind, which is the ability of Killer Queen, Bites the Dust. We have the heal abilities from, well, 3 different stands. The unzipping system of Sticky Fingers, Dream Needle from Arsene, Time Erase from King Crimson, and Rocket Man's special move Will Break. So as you can see, there are many options. If I was to pull out a calculator, oh, should we get a figure for this?
There'd be so many.
15 minutes later.
Oh, you got the Bizarre.
Okay, my final figure came out to be 4,928,800 combinations. So just under 5 million different combinations of movement ability, X skill, X specials, neutrals, and various effect types.
Wow, that's a lot. So you heard it right here, folks. The amount of possible combinations for just the ability menu is in the millions. Your custom stand can be truly unique. So that wraps up our custom stand showcase. I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you can play with these things early if you donate to my PayPal. The link is available in the Discord. But these will be made available to everyone once the update is ready. And finally, happy Jojoveining.